We are Eugene and Ayana Williams, the founders and owners of NuLifeFit LLC. And here today, we are here to talk to, and we're going to let them introduce themselves, one of our clients and her husband, okay? Tiffany, we would like for you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Tiffany Davis, and
I'm Vincent, her husband. We're super excited to have them on today to actually share their experience. Tiffany has been with NuLifeFit now 6 months, and we want to just kind of like this. You have a 6-month recap because it's been quite a journey. It's been an awesome journey, but also haven't been, all peaches and creams and sugars and cookies the whole time. It's also a process. Yeah, so we want to rewind our way back to the beginning. So Tiffany, let me ask you a question. Well, what made you had that initiative to even really look into getting started with NuLifeFit?
Well, I've done several programs, in the past, and the yo-yo effect. I was like, you know what? I am so tired of the yo-yo effect, and I would lose the weight, but then I would end up, gaining the weight back. And the last program that I did was, I did it keto. And I mean, it worked, but I backslid and fell off. And I was like, I have to do something. And I was actually looking for something that was more holistic. I was talking to one of my friends and I said, I wanted something that was going to help me overall, my overall health, body, mind, spirit, the whole thing, So it was kind of funny because what happened is I made a post on Facebook and I was saying, I'm tired of this, the yo-yo effect, and I'm not going to do this anymore, So then one of my Facebook friends, Clarissa, she put on there, she was like, you should talk, Eugene and Ayana. And I was like, because it's like plant-based. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I've done the vegetarian thing and I gained weight and I'm not doing that again. But so she tagged Eugene and Ayana in the post, and then Eugene sent me this video, and they were talking about, life changing, this holistic. I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was looking for. So that's all God. So that's how my journey started, and then I just reached out and I said, okay, all right, tell me more.
So that's where you already had that mindset of something more. You wanted a change. You wanted a lifestyle change. You didn't want to do something, that would be like pretty much a fad. So I'm gonna ask you this, what was your expectation though after your prior experiences? Because sometimes people, they, have went through so much failure, the roller coaster effect, and almost a lot of people today have pretty much almost like giving up. It's like, I can't do it. It's not for me. But so what was your expectation? Even though you was kind of excited for what you saw, was it even from the standpoint of, I'm just going to give it a try, but I don't really think it's going to work? Or were you kind of really excited? Or was it kind of like, you're going to have to show this to me? Like, where was your expectations coming in after you made the decision, okay, let's give this a try?
I think at the beginning, the one thing that really sold me, like I said, when I was talking to my friend, and she was telling me how she learned about like the holistic and how the body is healed through different foods. And she told me, she said, yeah, I read this book and this, but I was like, I ain't got time to read no books. I don't have time for all that. But then when I found out that you do all the research, like I do the assessment, but you do all the research and make it tailored to me, I was sold. But still, my expectation was, okay, I love cheese, so I'm not giving up my cheese, and it's like, I don't need nobody breathing down my neck and nobody, making me feel bad because, I might, I like sugar, which I had kind of like got off of sugar, but I don't think I was looking for support, but I got a lot more. I mean, I was just amazed. I mean, I wasn't like beat down, like dogmatic, like beat across the head, like, you did what? I know you did that. And that's what helped me. And that's why, I have told so many people about it. That's what encourages me to want to do it and to want to learn more. And I wasn't expecting all the teaching that I've been getting. And just y'all being there, y'all just kind of be there with me, but I wasn't expecting what I received.
Okay.
So, that is a process. Like, you didn't jump in and just totally, it's like, oh yes, let me do this. You were kind of apprehensive, weren't you? As
Oh, yeah.
far as, well, you tell me, were you apprehensive? After doing your assessment, you did a POA, right?
POA, you want to explain what is the POA?
So the POA is the plan of action. Basically, it's a personalized plan of action for the individual, okay? So everybody's plan is a little bit different. Of course, we have our foundational things that we put in place, but we also have with the POA, you get a personalized plan of action. So everybody's plan of action is a little bit different, okay? So Tiffany, if you can just tell us a little bit about the POA, how did that experience go? And then, you know, kind of roll into, okay, I heard that, you know, okay, I'm gonna have to eliminate this out of my diet, or I'm gonna have to cut back on this on my diet. And why? Because it wasn't that we just said, okay, you got to get rid of that. We gave you the explanation of why. So I want you to kind of talk about that your POA experience, and then kind of lead them into why you could eat certain foods.
Okay, so with the POA, my plan of the plan of action, it was an electronic assessment, because first I was trying to figure out, I said, okay, now I'm busy, you know, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I don't have time to go, you know, to Charlotte and do. So, but then it was like, it's electronic. I was like, oh, okay, then I can just do this, you know, right here at home. And it was very detailed. I mean, they asked very detailed questions, and then they was gonna do the research and find out exactly what I needed to what my plan was gonna look like. And it's funny because it's like, what's your favorite food? And I remember writing on it, anything with cheese in it. You know, I cannot give up cheese.
Now, why could I feel that? Why could I feel when I was reading your assessment, I literally felt that, okay, she's not ready to give up her cheese. Yeah. Like, I literally felt that. But I felt that attitude.
I can have cheese, I'm fine. Anything with cheese.
I felt that attitude, okay? I felt that, Tiffany. And now, knowing you, I know that what I was feeling was right. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right, because I was like, okay, I know I don't need to do the shredded. I need to do blah. I mean, I knew all of that by the cheese. I mean, because cheese lover here, okay? And then I was saying, even with, I was like, well, I don't know about not giving up meat. I said, I've done it before. I said, and I felt good like at the beginning, because I've done like the Daniel's fast and stuff, but then I was like a vegetarian for like almost a year. But it was like, I kept gaining weight. And then I was just like sluggish, and I was like, okay, this doesn't work for me. And I'm not going to be a vegan, because I mean, I'm not going to look at all these different ingredients and say, I can't have this, I can't have it. I like, that's too strict. I don't have time. You know, I'm just too busy. I don't have time for all of that. So I think I might have put some of that stuff in there, but I know I specifically put in there, anything with cheese. I just can't give up cheese. You know, I just know I love the cheese. And then with sugar, I think I did say that I'm a sugar addict. I mean, I cannot handle it. It's just like I get a little bit, and then I'm just like, gotta have more, you know. So I knew that was one of my issues. But with so I was just kind of looking to see, okay, we'll see what's going to happen. And then I got my results back. Well, we did the Zoom. We did it, and they went over the whole entire assessment and explained everything. And I was like, it's only for my health. Yeah. It's only to make me feel better. So I was like, God, that sounds kind of dumb saying I don't want to give up this, and I know that it's going to help me. I mean,
wow.
Now, and that's good stuff. One thing Ayana was asking that for was particular, a lot of people are afraid to start a journey like this because they so tuned into their favorite foods. And I just seen pretty much a study not too long ago when it was saying why so many people are not starting this journey when they know this is what they should be doing. And one of the things was, one of the biggest, and it was a panel discussion, one of the biggest things discussed were that they are afraid that they can't do it, that they can't get rid of certain foods, so therefore they don't really want to try. So what we've been starting to get a lot better at, or letting, putting it out there in the aspect of letting people know that wherever you are, we're going to give you some recommendations, and we're going to take you by the hand like we did with Tiffany and she was a chance to see that it wasn't overnight. You know, she was talking about cheese. It was one of her favorite foods, you know, but because of her condition, we recommended that, you know, it would be one of the foods that she wouldn't eat. And then she said something about, oh, I want to give up meat. Now, we're not big into like titles, you know, vegans, vegetarians, things like that. So wherever you are, we will take you by the hand and help you, you know, get better at your personal plan. Some people may take a couple months. Some people may take, you know, a year or two, you know, but within this journey, you will get better and you will start to see your health get better. And this understanding that, like she said, the support is here, you know. So that's one thing I want to bring that out is that, you know, I know you have certain foods, right, that it may be you've been eating for years and years. I don't want to give that up, you know. But we talking about, like what Tiffany just stated, this is something for my health. We're talking about something for your life. So just get
and you won't get there overnight. Like that's the thing. Like this is a process, and we tell everybody that gets started with us, it's a process. This is what's recommended for you. It may take you, like Eugene said, a few months or a year to get there, but the point that we're making is that you start. That's you know, you start doing something, and eventually you're going to get there. And when you have the education, and you can kind of key into Tiffany, but when you have the education of why you're doing certain things, why you should be doing this, or, you know, just having the education for certain foods, that can help you to make better decisions, you know, better, not necessarily the, you know, the perfect decision. Right. Because there's a perfect decision, but then there's better than where you were before. So anytime you make better decisions, you get better. You know, so anyway, Tiffany, you can key in at any time, but we want people to understand that it is a process. Okay, it is a process, and that you don't just get there overnight. And you can kind of talk a little bit about how your journey was. Was it perfect or was it not? You know, were you perfect the whole time? Did you follow your POH strictly the whole entire time? I see you. Did she? But it works even with that. But one thing we can account for, and I want you to tell people, were you perfect the whole time? Now, I can't say whether you were perfect the whole time because I wasn't with you all the time. We weren't with you. Now, I can talk from what you have, you know, spoken to us, and I can say that you have been consistent.
Yeah.
Whenever Eugene and I have discussion, when we talk about Tiffany, you know what comes out of our mouth is consistency. We gave you a plan of action and you have been consistent with it. Was it perfect? You tell us. Was it perfect? Like, was it perfect? Were you perfect? Did you follow the plan, Tiffany?
I followed, but not perfect. I was not perfect. You know, with the thing that the motto is that it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. And that has been, you know, a huge help. And like I said, y'all have been so passionate about it and so patient with me. But I think whenever I started, I remember I got the plan, and we started it because I started January the 6th, and it was right around the time that we started with the Daniel's fast. And I've done it, and I usually would do the Daniel's fast anyway. I said with NuLifeFit, it's not just about eating; it's holistic, because y'all, I mean, you literally begin meetings, you know, with the prayer, and you even say, you know, even in the POA, that when you begin it with the prayer, you know, keep your mind, you know, mindful, you know, the word, all of that. So, I mean, that part is just a blessing in itself. But I remember after I did the POA, I mean, not the POA, but after I did the Daniel's fast, and then I think I may have mentioned to you, Yana, I don't know, but I was like, I hadn't had cheese in, you know, 21 days. I was like, but I didn't say I was going to give up the cheese, you know. You was like, well, I mean, you've done it this far, why not? I'm like, I ain't never said I was going to give up the cheese. Like, well, I guess if I'd done it for 21 days, and again, I mean, I'm only helping me. So I did. And there were times that I cheated, and I would get like a bad headache, or I'm like, gosh, I'm like, my stomach, I was like, oh, I'm like, Yana, you got to help me. But so it's like, I learned, it's like my body, you know, I got that punishment, I guess, through the way that I felt. And I said, okay, you know, I can't do this. So, but the thing that was the best part about it is y'all are so open. I was able to share that. and y'all did not like beat me across the head about it. That makes a difference. Because I'm telling you that I've been in programs or I've, why did you do that? You need to, you just want to be fat, but y'all have never, ever, y'all have never been negative. I mean, you have always been, okay, with Tiffany, but now, there is hope. Y'all keep saying there is hope. It's about consistency. That was yesterday. Okay, so now what are you gonna do now? And then you would share your stuff. It is a process. We are still learning. We have messed up sometimes. We have done this, and that has just been. I was like, okay, so I can do this, and that is what literally has really encouraged me. And I've even seen myself wearing, like I said, being a sugar addict. I've seen myself wearing I would start eating. I would eat like some sugar, and then it's like, oh my gosh, like I would just lose complete control. And
while you was on this journey, is that while you were on this journey?
Yeah, it was on the journey when I slipped, and I said, oh no, I can't. I got to get myself back. But because of the tools that y'all taught me, I said, okay, I got to detox. Let me do the lymphatic detox. I need to do this to get myself reset myself, get myself back. So it's not like you give me this plan, but you also teach me, okay, if you mess up, this is the way that you get back. Just keep going.
Now you did a good point right there, and that's a good life lesson for a journey. We talking about something for the rest of our life. We talking about creating a lifestyle. It's not something for 3 months, 6 months, or a year. This is
right.
Something to create habits. So within this journey for the rest of our life, you will come through certain situations or challenges, things like that. But what we have put in place at NuLifeFit with everyone is try to provide tools. So you do hit a bump in the road for some reason, you don't have that day that you had intended on having when you went to a cookout or went to some way, and you do go off course, that you're able to bounce back. And Tiffany just stated that she has tools in her book bag. She had tools that she can pull out whenever she goes off course. So that is a great, a great what now?
Yeah, that's a great, I think that's what helps the journey to be effective, I believe, but of course now you can have the tools and not take advantage of the tools.
Right.
Because if you have the tools and you don't take advantage of the tools, you cannot expect the results of someone who have the tools and take advantage of those tools. But I think it makes it more effective when I know, okay, you gave me this plan, right? But I kind of fell off this plan, but I got a tool right here that I can grab and get back on course. That's going to help me in this journey, because it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. The journey does not look perfect. The journey looks like this. It doesn't look like this, okay? And there's no journey life. That's just life in general. There's no journey that is just like this. If it is, wow. God be the glory for what he's doing in your life. But in my life, it's always been up and down. And when I say up and down, I mean there's been bumps in the road, but when you have tools in place, just like we do have tools in place for our life, it's in the Bible, but you have tools also in place with NuLifeFit to help you to get back on track. So that was a great point, and that does move us forward. Go ahead.
So, so with that, with the process, the journey, saying it's not perfection, you being consistent and you seeing great results. Can you kind of go over the kind of results that you have seen with not being perfect, with having bumps in the road, with the transformation of going through cycles of, withdrawal from favorite foods that you want to have, just that whole mindset. But at the end of the day, you still seeing results. So that's what we tell everybody. You don't have to be perfect to see the results you want. It's amazing how God created our body, to heal itself and to understand that, you can still get results. And I want Tiffany to share with some of the results from the pain, being relief, weight, just her energy, just everything, just kind of share some of the results.
What are some of the things that you have noticed?
Yeah.
From day one to now, where you are now. This is a 6-month transformation program that you've been a part of. 6 months, and you're at your anniversary of 6 months now. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. But we want to know, like, what have you noticed from the beginning to where you are now? Even when you talk about your different addictions, like where are you with that as well?
I would say the thing that really drove me to do something, I kept saying, I have to do something different. I need this for my health. And I said, usually I'm not a selfish person. I'm always taking care of everybody else, doing, things to help them, make them feel better. I said, you know what? I got to do this for me. I got to do the thing that's going to help me. I'm putting me first, regardless of what everybody else have going on or how people feel about what I'm doing. I got to do this for me. And I was in a car accident, back in 2010. And I know that one of the things that I had to make sure that I do is to keep my weight under control, because if it wasn't under control, then I will hurt. And I would have the inflammation. Then I didn't want to do anything. Then I would be sluggish. I mean, when you hurting, the last thing you want to do is exercise. I mean, hello, I had the gym membership, still have the gym membership at the Y, giving them my money and had me going to the Y. I mean, I had all of that. Like you said, you can have the tools, but it's up to you whether you use them. So I said, I want something that's going to be different, something that's going to help, me. So, and like I said, I knew getting the weight off was going to be the key, but I didn't want the yo-yo. So fast forward, found NuLifeFit. I have lost 30 pounds. I have got, my clothes, oh my goodness, I need to clean out my closet. Yeah, because the size, I was up to like a 14, and I had on like a medium, a 10 the other day, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, look at that right there. But I am also the energy. I have the energy, and I don't hurt like I was hurting. Now, there are some days, just because of the fact that I have the arthritis, all that stuff, to God be the glory, that's going to go away. That's not going to slow me down. But since I've been doing this is the most active I have been in a very long time. It's like, I got to do it. I got to keep, it's like, I want to keep doing it. I want to keep pushing. I got to live. I want to live. I'm enjoying this. And as far as the foods, the things that I crave, it's like I look on Pinterest all the time, look at different recipes. I absolutely love to cook with me. Ayana do her little cook with me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this right here. So I make this or I make that, and it's like my body is just wanting the healthy stuff and the fruits and the quinoa and the brown rice. I mean, all of that stuff, my body yearns for that stuff. And then the times that I've had to go out and get something and people kind of look at you kind of funny or whatever, but I've gotten to the point where what kind of diet you on now? What you doing now? I was like, oh no, this is a lifestyle. No, this is a lifestyle. The sugar. So now whenever I want something sweet, I freeze my bananas and I tell them, don't touch these right ones. These are mine. I put them in the freezer. Oh yeah, I put them in the freezer. I blend them up. And I have the maple, instead of the vanilla flavoring, I get like the maple flavoring. I put it in there with some nuts, and it's like, and I don't feel guilty. And I feel good about it. Now, that's like I said, it's still a process. And like you said, there are some ups and there are some downs. Now, there has been times that I've had something and I was like, oh yeah, I want it. And I ate it and I was like, fuck, I'm dizzy. Oh, this thing has some sugar in it. I can easily tell when something is not pure, or if they say that it's not processed, or that it's whole food, or that is this is something that's good for you. I can tell when there is something that's artificial in it, because immediately, I get a headache. So I'm like, So I'm more conscious of what I put in my mouth. Like I said, I'm more energetic. I want to do, I keep going from project to project, learning how to garden. I mean, it's just like, I got my life back, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just excited. I'm just very excited.
I like that. I like that. You said, I got my life.
Yes.
And yes. Tiffany, we just heard a talk this morning we were listening to where they were talking about, the lady said, I think she's in her 60s, maybe later part of her 60s. And she said, I feel better now than I felt in my 30s. I was wow. And it's all due to her lifestyle, the way she eats, the way she lives her life, being active and having the energy, because when you don't have the energy to feel active or to do other things, then it's for naught. Like, you can't do it. If you don't have energy to do it, you can't do it. But one of the things, Tiffany, that you said it's about me now. But one of the things we're big on is, and you're a test to this, okay, a testimony to this, that it's not just about you. I know you said that, and I understand where you were coming from with that, but it's not about you, because people are noticing. People are looking at you. And we talk about being leaders. We talk about, having that leadership role, how you can make a difference in your community, because we're not able to be everywhere. You know what I mean? Right. So with NuLifeFit, our prayer is that, our, clients, our family, NuLifeFit family, that we are being that example for, not just for ourselves, but that others can see that this can happen. Like, I can do this. And by you just making that conscious decision of, no, this is a lifestyle for me, I'm not going to have that. Guess what? People are noticing that. Whether they say it, that's fine. But you are making a difference in their lives. How is that? Because they are seeing you do this. Because most people think that they can't do it.
Something like Ayana was stating, like, it's not about us in general. Mm-hmm. And if we can like change the word NuLifeFit and put another word, the word would be hope. And that's what we are really praying for, this to give our friends, our family, our communities hope. And we are actually, and that's something that we always talk about for the NuLifeFit family, that we want to live a life to give people hope. Because most people never seen anyone really live this healthy lifestyle. They've seen different forms of it. There's certain diets out there that kind of may look a little healthy, but I'm talking about really being healthy. And it's a whole process of literally getting there, but just seeing it and being consistent. And that's what we are all about, creating that movement that you can start this journey and you can stay on this journey. Do it have to be perfect? No, but you can be consistent and give people hope of understanding that you can do this. Yeah. So from a guy's perspective, sometimes, wife say, I'm getting on this diet, lose this weight, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's like, I'm so used to these meals. Now what? I'm not, you mean tell me I'm not gonna get these meals? Like, come on, baby. What's up with the
so now he's telling on himself.
What's up with these men?
That's how he was feeling. He's talking about men, but that's how he was feeling.
This is your journey, not our journey.
Well, sometimes it can be like, okay, I want to see you get well. I want to see you reach your goals, but at the same time, I'm used to having my fried chicken. I'm used to what was the meals you used to having? But now my wife saying we're not eating. I'm like, oh, what kind of response did you have early on?
Be real. Let us know. Because we want to know. Everybody out here want to know. They want to know, how.
Hey, tell me
what's going through your head, Vincent. You can be honest. Be real.
Well, firstly, my wife talked about all the different, fads or whatever that she dealt with. I was right there, and and I saw the positive and negatives from all those things, but I saw this time of NuLifeFit was something different. But when she came in and she said, well, I'm not eating meats, not eating cheeses, whatever. And at first I was like, okay, that's good for you, but that's I'm not there. I like what I'm doing. I put it that way. Okay. And so I was like, yeah, I did. Eugene, I was like, so what about me? You doing these changes, and I'm not changing. Hey, me and the boys, we still want, but the more she did it, it intrigued me. And I got interested, like, well, she was like, well, you want to try this? You want to try that? And I'm like, I kept looking at it, and she was always talking about it, and I would hear her talking to you all, and it kept grabbing my ear, and I started trying some of the stuff. I said, I like this, and so I started, eating some of the things that she was doing and enjoying it, but I was still also wanting to, do the other things. We always, me and the boys, we paid attention. I was always paying attention. So if I ever saw her maybe looking at something that she had already told us that she didn't eat. The you can't eat that. You
I'm
can't
like,
eat
really?
that. No,
Yeah.
you look. We can eat this. This is not part of your this is not on your meal plan.
Man,
I said, put it down. Put it down.
them jokers crucified me. I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, you eat terrible all the time. And then you can't have that. You ain't supposed to have that. I'm like,
that's right. Hey, we was making sure she upheld her standard.
oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for holding her accountable. Thank you.
That's right. But see, what I don't know if she understood it but that her being consistent and sticking to it, it's like making a difference to me. Because I'm watching her. I'm seeing how things are changing for her. I'm seeing how she doesn't hurt as much. You know, the process.
Yeah.
I'm seeing how those other times she lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, but still don't have the energy, all this stuff. But this time it's like it's gradual. It's gradual. And she's just like kicking up steam. You know, she's getting
right there, Vincent. I just want to say something to the fact that I know you want to share some more. I want you to share some more, but I just want to pick out certain things. With her being consistent, and I know somebody gonna see this, and they gonna be like, because sometimes with your household, I know you all's a little bit more supportive, and that's a great thing. From some other families out there, the husband or wife may not be as supportive. But it seemed like even though she was doing her thing and had goals, you all, was supportive of her. But still, okay, I want to eat this way, you eat that way. But but the standpoint of, I know someone gonna see this, and it may not be, you may not be in a situation as being so supportive. But what I want to get out of this particular point is that she stayed consistent. They are watching, and that's what Vincent just said, that he was watching, and you start to see the difference. So even though it may be a little hard right now, if I'm talking to you, and you're going on in your household, well, it may the way you would like it to be, just hold on in there, and they will come around. It may not be right now, it may not be tomorrow, but when they see that change in your life, you are a living testimony. And that's what we just started talking about, was being hope. So I just want to share that she stayed consistent. All right, go right ahead, man.
No, that is all true. That is all true. And she's still consistent. And she got a lot of energy. She's on the go. She's this, that. And I'm like,
and it's something that you kind of like, it gets your attention, like, I want that. Like, wow, okay. Yep. It's not pulling you. So you go ahead and kind of wrap up a little bit. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. You get kind of jealous there. I was like, man, because I got my own issues, having to deal with, and if it's okay for me to go ahead and mention that, I mean.
If you want to share, you feel comfortable sharing, that's fine. But if not, you don't have to.
No, I'd rather. I mean, I deal with fibromyalgia, and there's times it can be really, really serious, be really painful. Sometimes all I can do is just, like, times once where I just have to lay in the bed or on the couch and just have pillows and stuff elevating my legs and my arms. The pain in your nerves and your muscles, joints, and stuff like that. And she doesn't have fibromyalgia, but still she deals with some pains. And I could see that what she was doing was helping things. I'm not sharing it with her, but I'm thinking, well, if this is helping her, then, hey, yeah, I'm not quite, on board with everything she's eating, or rather, I'm not quite on board with giving up everything that I like. It was like, I do want something different, and which once again made me keep my eye on her even more, because I'm seeing, and I'm also seeing where her some slip ups. I'm seeing where she's going to get something that she shouldn't eat, even though we told her don't, and sometimes she did anyway. Yeah. And then I see her, the stuff saying, "Oh, my head hurt," and "Oh, that had sugar." I was right there with her, seeing it, and I'm like, "Wow, this is changing your body. This is changing what your body likes and what it doesn't like." Yeah. And which, took me to, and I hope I'm not getting ahead of you, but which took me to when you guys had the detox thing, and that made me want to get on board with doing it. One is because, in a reverse, she's a great support system. Like, I'm showing you all the stuff that I've been doing, and I'm not going to try to make you change, but this is helpful. This is helpful. I'm not going to try to make you change, but it will help you. But she's like right there, and that encouraged me to go and do the detox, because I knew that she would help me through it if it was difficult, through the difficulties or whatever. And I did do the detox.
I wanted to piggyback from what you said, but I'm not ready to commit to that level right now. I want to make sure I'm good. But you always be able to be kind of supportive on that behalf and make it, and you was watching. So somebody watching and listening to this, you all know, keep in mind, they may never say anything. Some family or friends or co-workers or somebody, they may never say anything to you, but they are watching you. And I just stated that we want to live a life to give people hope. And it's a real life. We have to say that. Like, we're not trying to be perfect. So when they do see you do certain things, I say it all the time. I'm like, please don't think I'm perfect. Like, no, so don't be, expecting me to be perfect, so I am consistent, and you can see from my lifestyle, you can see from the results, but always keep in mind that people are watching. So don't give up. And I hope this was some inspiration. I wanted Vincent to share his story of what he felt. And that's why a lot of spouses may go through things like that. Maybe not as supportive at all, maybe a little bit more supportive than you, but stay the course. Somebody has to raise their hand first and say that it's time for a change. Sometimes a couple, we have seen the whole couple say, you know what, it's time for a change to come in together. More times than not, it's one or the other pick their hand and say they change, and over time, the family comes together and makes the change. So in this instance, it was Tiffany, but like Vincent say, hey, you starting to get my attention. I'm looking, I'm seeing the results. I got my own issues and conditions, but I'm watching. Anything you want to say to close out?
Just the hope. So don't ever forget. And this is one thing that, I always share with our kids, is that even when you don't think people are watching you, and that's why we have to live the life. If we're talking about a life that we're living, we have to actually live it. We have to walk it out. So people are watching us regardless, like Eugene just said. But I tell the girls all the time, when you think people are not watching you, they're watching you. So remember how your response is. Remember how, you are behaving even out in the public, because that's still showing your life, who you are. So thank you, Tiffany, for living the life, in spite of the imperfections. That's okay. But you have been consistent, and no person that can give a better attestment than your spouse or your family who live in your home, because they see what you do, what you eat every single day, what you're doing every day. They see this, so they can attest. I mean, that's all I see Tiffany. Maybe one or two times she might have messed up, not messed up, because mess up. Maybe 1 or 2 times she ate this or ate that, but she's been very consistent, you know, and I'm seeing the results, as Vincent said. Like, that's been your whole story. That has been this, is that you've been consistent, right? You've gotten the results, and not only have you seen the results, but others are seeing the results, you know, and they're also seeing that, wow, she's being consistent as well. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to say is, one thing about NuLifeFit, we have what we call a lifetime package, because, you know, we understand that when we talk about lifestyle, literally things happen in life. Like, almost, you already know things going to occur. You got holidays, you got Christmas, you got things. You got so many things attached to food. If you not learn to how to create healthy habits or eating healthy around anniversaries, around certain, now I say I think everything has to be perfect, but you need to learn how to react when situations happen in life, a stressful situation at job, at work, or people, you know, you have to move from one city to another city, you know, just the stresses of life. A lot of time, habits, when it comes down to eating, is attached to that we've been doing this for 10, 20, 30 years. So there's still going to be ups and downs. Right. But you still have that community. You still will have that support for we continue to grow. It's only been 6 months. And just imagine how Tiffany is sharing how she's feeling now. It only going to get better, because it's a healing process. I mean, it's amazing what goes on within your body. It takes time. So when you're talking about maybe a year or 2 years, I mean, it just keeps getting better. You know, Ayana just stated from the testimony of the 60-year-old, well, she's been on this course maybe about, 15 years or so. From her 30s, she was showing how she felt so much better, you know. So we want to give somebody some hope that it's not overnight. It's a process. It's a journey. And NuLifeFit here is here to take you along the rest of your life, because we have a lifetime package. So we want to let, you know, Tiffany close this out. Any lasting words you want to say to anybody, giving somebody some hope, because that's what we always talk about from your experience. What would be some, marching orders or some last words you want to say?
I would just say that you just have to start with day one. Start with day one. Make up your mind. Start it. Do it. Like I kept having to tell myself, I mean, it's only about my health. The person that's benefiting is me. So it's up to me whether I want to do something different, if I want to feel different, if I want to look different, if I want to have more energy. It's all about me. So it's up to me. If it's something that I really need, then I just got to do the work. But take it one day at a time. Have you a supportive family, and I'm talking about NuLifeFit family. Just start. Just start.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing. We appreciate it much. All right. And you have an amazing day.